for tuning in. This is the Viola Borealis YouTube channel, and I am currently filming on the unceded territory of the Musqueam and Squamish Nation here in so-called Vancouver. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've been peaceful and cozy and near loved ones if possible for you. There's been many things happening here as usual and I'm taking a little breather from my thesis to, spend some time with you and chat about knitting. So here we go. This is my Ava jumper. I presented this last time quite extensively, but today it is finished. And it is the sweater that I have ever dreamed of in regard to amount of ease, sleeve fitting, neck, yarn, color. It's checking all of the boxes. And I realized last time that I didn't tell you that I modified the pattern right from the beginning. So Melody Hoffman, who designed the Ava jumper, suggests to begin with a professional cast on, which is kind of a love-hate relationship with me. So I decided to cast on the same amount of stitches but proceed right away with the ribbing. I realize why she's proposing to start with the provisional cast on, because then you can, as it's a bottom up, you can revise the length according to your needs. But I had a pretty good idea right away of how many inches I needed to have in terms of fabric until I hit the underarm, so I wasn't really concerned about that. So I modified as well the number of stitches picked up for the sleeves. Normally, well, I don't remember the numbers exactly, but it's at least like 20 stitches that I removed from the second size. And I have maybe 1 inch of positive, or 3/4 of an inch of positive ease here under my arm. And I didn't do any decreases, and so I got this bishop sleeve. And the neckline is like just a bind off finish, and like she does a little bit of knitting, I believe, and then like just bind off. I wanted a higher neckline because I love my Paloma sweater by Espace Tricot, so this was my way of hacking it. So I know I'm not really showing you the Ava sweater, but in reality I still wanted to do that design because I loved the ease and I love the fit of the body. So I thought that by doing these modifications I wouldn't alter what I love about the pattern and just adjust it to what works best for me. So I'm very, very glad. I'm gonna try to show you, I'm not like super high-tech here, so I'm gonna do a provisional showing. That's it. Yeah, so I'm gonna move on to the first gift knit of the season. It's my field shawl by Maxime Cyr, who is a gorgeous Montreal designer, and I have knit this design using a beautiful milled yarn by Olan. And it has this like hand-spun quality to it, as you see from the little speckles. Oh, it's just so good, right? And just remind me next time that I spin the yarn, because I did spin half of the yarn for this, to spin the entire quantity right away before casting on, because I thought it was so clever. I needed about 2 skeins of DK of each colorway, so I thought, hey, I'm just gonna cast on with the yarn that's already spun, and I'm gonna use whatever I have until I run out of my hand spun, and then I'll spin some more. And then it's gonna make a big, you know, difference. But that's why we knit with headspun, because it's not store-bought. And this is a beautiful door set from Ontario, gifted by Lindsay of Artifacts of Appreciation. I talked about it last time, so I'm not gonna talk too much more, but I've gifted it to Jean-François for Christmas, and he's actually not even worn it once. So I will wear it here. Its inaugural appearance in the world. That's how I would wear it, I think. Yeah. I omitted the tassels because Jean-François is very plain and simple. And actually, I didn't do the real size. It's a little bit smaller. Maybe there's like 2 sections that I left out, because as I was trying it on, I was like, Jean-François is not gonna like it if these things are like hanging to the floor as he's walking. So I mean, he's really tall, but I haven't blocked this yet. I don't know. It seems like a really great length for what he needs. Also, when he's biking, like, he's not too obstructed by the size, and it's more practical. I would love to make many more of this, and in fact, I may have gone a little bit overboard and, like, in maybe the last few months, gotten like a few how do you say, like 8 ounces of fibers to make more of this, because it would end up being like 2 skeins of DK if I spin it a certain way. So it's so squishy, and I feel it looks pretty neat with this sweater. Maybe I should just keep it. What a crazy thought. This is a design by Sari Nordlund, and it's a hat. You actually start from the top, which I love, and I used Nutiden in the Bronte, some kind of brown from, I think, the May collection, May 2021. And then I had, like, I ran out. I did this on purpose because I used 3 strands. It's supposed to be Aran weight or like 2 DKs together. So I kind of winged it, and it worked, because I'm sometimes lucky. But anyhow, you cannot even see that there's few colors of Nutiden, because that's the magic of Nutiden. Nutiden already has a world of colors within one colorway. So if, you know, you're using like 3 strands, well, there's one way to use maybe like 2 of your main color, and then 1 strand of the colorway you're trying to like blend in, and then like you transition into 2 strands of the new colorways when you start to run out, and then 1 strand of the old colorway, and then it makes this really beautiful transition. So if you want to knit this hat, brace yourself, because it's a long tube of ribbing, 2 by 2, so you can fold it once and twice, and then it's the hugest hat in the world. And I've worn it a couple times to go hiking, and I love it. I feel like a really awesome Russian person. I don't know. Maybe I should add some fur here. And I feel very Nordic right now. Yes, I'm owning my Nordicity. I highly recommend this for gifts. It took me 4 days, and I was knitting very little. So yeah, it's great. I'm gonna make a few more, and I probably will make it less long so that I can only fold it 1 time. In a plethora of yarn, I want to make this, seriously. I'm very intrigued about how it would look with spun yarn, and the pattern was not design with unspun yarn in mind, but I'm really glad that I tested it in that way. What else do I have for you? Another gift for Jean-François. It's a design by Vincent Deslandes. It's a pattern that hasn't come out yet, and I think it will soon in the new year. So I'm going to show you this beauty. It's huge. It's for Jean-François for his birthday, so he's gonna have a birthday on January 4th or 3rd. We've been together for 7 years, excuse me. And it's just a really, really nice store-bought feel. Yeah, it's just the finishing touches are really, really fantastic, really fun to make. And it really elevates the sweater to the next level. I use some precious yarn for this, so the top part here is La Bien-Aimée single merino, some kind of gray colorway that I will insert here, and then it's Woolberry Fiber Co. that I marled, as the pattern said, and dyed by Dell's BFL Chris's Pine. I had a lot of yarn. I wanted initially to make the So Basic sweater. I had 5 skeins, but then when this pattern came out, I really saw it as like a color block or with marling. The raglan is so pretty too. I really love everything about this sweater, truly. I intended to make a size that would fit us both. Might fit me, but it would be very, very, very oversized, which I love. I love. So, you know, just stay tuned for this upcoming design of Vincent Deslandes, the partner of Maxime. So we have Les Garçons featured here. Project was knit for Tabea, my 3-year-old. However, this could also fit Lucien, who is 4. The sleeves would be a little short though. I used my leftovers from my shawlography. I just needed to knit more with that beautiful blue poussière leftovers that I had. And I almost knit a Ara sweater for myself. And I wasn't sure if I could really pull off the stripes in like such bold colors for a sweater. So I decided to make it for my daughter. This is a teddy bear sweater by Petite Knit, and I made the color double, so this was one modification that I did. The raglan is super cute. I tried to measure how many rows I had until I separated for the sleeve, and then I measured according to the pattern. You know, I calculated how many rows I would need for the length of the body, just so that this and this would have the same row numbers. And then I added a stripe in the middle. So this was how I made my decision on the color blocking. She hasn't worn it once. She doesn't want anything to do with it. She loved it as I was knitting it, and she asked me, you know, when will my sweater be ready? And you know, I don't even have a picture of her. So I'm not sure what I will do with this. I might send it to another baby. And I might just ask her, like, do you want me to send this to so-and-so, and see what she says. It's not to threaten her, it's just like, so this could be used. So I tested a pattern that was secret for a long time. So secret that I forgot to mention it. So I'm going to show you these cute socks by Marie-Christine Lévesque, who makes an appearance on this channel every time I film. Marie-Christine MCL Designs. She did a collaboration with Colorista yarn company, and she came up with this really cool design that looks like a patchwork. Look at this. It's so fun. And I casted this on August 24th. So it's been a while. And then, of course, as soon as I had the first sock done, my test in my head was done. And then the pattern was not coming out for a long time, so I simply forgot. And I think I was knitting this right before I had my concussion. So, you know, this really kind of escaped my memory. So I'm knitting the second sock completely plain because I'm in love with the main color I chose. And this is kind of a headache, and I mean, it's fun to do, and it really is super path breaking in terms of sock knitting. Like, I've never seen a technique like this. Like, you just cast this on and then she will rock your world with what happens here. It's not intarsia. It's modular knitting. But on such a small circumference, and you know, after the concussion, I think I was, you know, I had done it once and I was happy with that. And I wanted to just knit this simply. I'm gonna do the toe the same. So, you know, when I'm just wearing pants in the house, everyone will only see this. And then out of my boots, you know, there will be one funky sock that will look like maybe I have repaired it, you know? And then the other one is not repaired yet. There's a whole aesthetic and concept behind my decision, you see? But I'm so glad that this was gifted to me by Christine Fiocco of Les Arts Textiles du Témiscouata, who I just simply love to pair with Marie-Christine's design. To me, they are a duo, they go together. And when I think of Marie-Christine, I think of Christine, and I don't know, it's just, this had to be for a sock designed by Marie-Christine. And it's the base is called chaussette, which means socks. And it's a sexy base, I have to say. It's like really scrunchy, like it's really squishy, and like it's gonna resist a lifetime. But it's soft. It's soft as hell. It's tough as hell. It's cute as hell. Look at that. The twist is very high, and it's like half PFL and half merino, but non-treated. Everything that you love about natural socks, right? There may be nylon. I will confirm in this area. But yeah, so believe it or not, I have only the toes to finish, one toe. And I have one triangle from my stamina blanket. So here are all of them. This is the last one I made, which might be my favorite one. the low contrast and magical speckles, naturally dyed, a pattern by Camille Descoteaux, Stamina Blanket, Advent calendar by Bleu Poussière. If you've received 1 or 2 or 3 Advent calendars and you don't know what to do with them, cast on the Stamina Blanket. I have 1 triangle left to cast on. I was saving it for the last 2 days because normally I knit this over 2 days. So we are December 30th today. Yes, so my plan is that by January 1st, like in the evening of the 31st of December to January 1st, I will have nothing on my needles. And I will sleep as the freest spirit on earth. And it will be glorious. I have really high expectations of this moment. Actually, I wanted to cast on everything. And I think everyone during the holidays just get this castonitis, right? And it's gift knitting and it's, you know, but that's when this came in. And then I discovered this sock that I completely forgot about. So I had new projects, but this I didn't cast on too long ago. So, but you know, the Augustina peach was really calling my name, and I caked the yarn. And it was a really magical evening that I caked everything and I put it in a bag, and then I did a swatch for all knitted in Bleu Poussière mohair sweater. So my swatch was inconclusive, which was good because I couldn't cast it on yet. So I mean, once New Year's hit, I have a few projects waiting to be casted on, and that will just be so lovely. So I have a sock extravaganza to show you. And before I hit the box of Christmas socks, I'm gonna show you non-Christmas socks. This yarn I got in July 2019, so you know, I'm getting to knit that pretty deep stash of mine. Good, go Marina, go. This is a DK weight knit on 2mm needles. Yes, I mean, this has no stretch whatsoever. These are my hiking socks. They are in Origin yarn by Rain, Cloud and Sage, something like that. And this was a sock kit for the summer bloomer socks, and I did nothing of the pattern. I just did this very simple sock recipe of mine, and I wore them so much already, so much. Another pair that I've currently wearing, and so I need to take them off, is a, so this was DK and now this is sport weight, and I'll show you one by one. This is the most amazing soft and sturdy sock yarn ever. It's the Regia Yak Merino nylon, and this is a Cache Merino also by Regia. So this one is it's funny because the cashmere base is actually more rigid, but this yak base is just glorious. I already have a pair of socks that didn't fit so well. I made them toe up with a rang raccourci, a short row heel, and the fit was not great. So look at these little speckles of yak. Oh my god. So I'm very pleased with the fit of those. You know, I have a lot of superwash merino socks, and I'm very cold in them. And my feet get cold right away after like 5 minutes. Like I have squished that fiber under my foot. I'm cold. And then they stretch more. And like, because they're not hugging my foot as much, then I feel like more air is coming in. And so, but I have found a really great way to wear my superwash socks, and that's when I'm running. So instead of buying these these very thin merino wool socks, well, I'm just running with mine, and it's been working out super great. They're breathable and they're warm enough because I'm running, right? I don't need to run with this. I'm gonna just explode of heat. So I'm really glad that all of these socks have not gone to waste. They're very useful in my wardrobe and practical. And I still have on stash a few skeins of superwash, maybe 2 more or 3 more sweater quantities. So I'm knitting through it. I was thinking about destashing, but if I hold it double, like like all of these sweater quantities, if I hold it double, I can still make a decent sized kid sweater, and then like throw it in the wash or in the dishwasher or whatnot. So I might not depart from it just yet. But if I do, I'll hit you up. So now it's time to reveal to you a year-long project that I secretly made away from you, away from the camera. And it's my Christmas socks, my Christmas box of socks. This is a little bit insane, right? How many do I have? 1, 2, 13 pairs of socks, plus these who don't fit in the box. So I might not walk you through each of them, but let me just like maybe tell you the yarn, and most of them are vanilla socks. So, and some of them were on my previous podcast with Geneviève de Tricoté Serré. So you've seen them. So this is all leftovers from a Scandinavian yoke sweater that I made. It's Urso, Dorset, and nylon bulky yarn. So these are really like house shoes for real. I'm gonna show you all of the West Yorkshire spinner from last year. So it was very good. I bought a lot of Christmas yarn last year, but hey, it's all knit up, that collection. Here they are. Oh, this is not it. This is a different one. Anyhow, so this was last year. This was last year too. This is a candy cane. This was like Winter Light or Silent Night. This one was fun, so fun. I made these on Christmas last year, so between Christmas and New Year's last year. This is one of the really coveted colorways that the dyer behind Stranded Dye Works has really made this yarn popular. So I'm blanking out. There's Two Sisters, could be. None of these are on my Ravelry. This is just like it was top secret. This yarn I bought in a destash and sent to my godmother, who showed me how to knit socks. So she sent me these. They're kind of Grinchy Christmas socks. Jean-François, she made also a pair for Jean-François. So these are great. I had made these last year at the turn of the year for a test knit for Fox and Folk, something like that. It's a really beautiful 3-color work with the Latvian braid, and I used dyed by Dell's Yak sock base, and this was a really gorgeous base. I really love this yarn. I think it's the Mayamba. Anyways, I'm not gonna, I'm just showing you socks at this point. None of this yarn is like, maybe the West Yorkshire spinners you can still get, but none of the yarn I'm showing you still can get. So beside maybe this one, the yak base from Dyed by Dels, is the mini weeds. So this was the Hey Sisters is discontinued. They're not even making the podcast anymore, but it was their Christmas socks, and that was so fun. And I don't really wear them because they're a little bit all stretched out, super wash. Ugh. But anyways, they're really cute, and I've worn them a lot in the past. They've been mended too, and they've been really well loved. I might give my mom, she loves to own anything that I have owned previously, so she might steal them because she has slightly bigger feet. This might be also the fate of these socks. She might steal them. It's very precious yarn to me by Les Arts Textiles, Témiscouata. It was the winter solstice 2019. And these were the winter solstice last year. So they're brand new. These were the lastly bind off socks. I've worn them quite a bit yet. Yeah, the toes, I'm not sure if they're gonna last very long, but I have a little bit left over to mend if I need. So I love, this was a collaboration with Urso in their Dorset. It's a single ply, sock yarn, single ply, Dorset, and nylon. So they're knit on 2mm needles. All of my socks, regardless of the weight, are knit on 2mm needles. This one, see, super wash. Look, they stretch out. This, and look, the colors doesn't stay very nice either. You see? This is made at the same time, exactly at the same time. Just to show you how, we think, oh, treated, plastic treated yarn or nylon will last longer. Not really, actually. In fact, my hand spun socks are the most durable so far, even the 2-ply ones, and without nylon. So I don't know, maybe it's the way that the plastic like glides on my needle. Maybe it makes it that I knit looser. I'm not sure. And because it's looser, then it's less durable. But this was a homespun yarn. You've seen them if you watch my episode last year around this time of the year. And these, I took a sweater designed by Marie-Christine, and with yarn left over from the sweater that I knit for Lucien, I made socks with the same pattern. And it has mohair and cashmerino base, and these are really, 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 really cozy in the house. And I've worn them in boots as well. And they've held up pretty nicely. So maybe more mohair socks, more DK socks. Not because it's quicker, because they are warmer and more non-superwash socks would be great. But again, I can knit for my running socks, because those, I must say, like the DK weight socks, I don't wash every day because no reason why. I'm just wearing them around the house mostly, and not even in boots, so they don't really get dirty. Plus I'm wearing like slippers, so it's not like they get dirty underneath either. But the ones I'm wearing for running, I wash after one use or two. So I have done some really, really fun sewing projects, some practical sewing projects and some dreamy sewing projects. but I may come to talk about them along with spinning projects later on, because I'm submitting my thesis on January 5th, and I'm currently finished with the writing. I'm in editing mode, but you know, I feel that that's enough for today, enough talking for today, and I will come back probably after that's submitted. I don't know when, but I will have maybe some new projects in the needle, and I'll let you know all about that one night where my needles were free. Sounds very, very, very appealing. I don't think this actually ever happened to me. Maybe once. So I'm really looking forward to it. I will include some footage of some outdoorsy adventures that my family and I did in the past months or past 2 months. And I may bring in more outdoorsy content if that's something that you like. Maybe mention it in the comments. And I can, you know, talk more about each hike or my running program. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I personally love it when Joji is talking about her outdoorsy lifestyle. So I know a lot of people seek to move more these days. We're spending so much time confined at home, and if I could be your fitness friend, I would be so happy. So just let me know if that's something you'd like, and meanwhile I'm just going to show you through this podcast, I don't know where exactly, but some footage of our highlights of outdoorsy activities. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a beautiful and peaceful 2022, and I wish you all of the cozy vibes and all of the projects that you'd like to accomplish at the pace that you want to accomplish them. And yeah, hopefully many beautiful stitches, and just be around people that make you feel good. So enough for today. Thank you. Be well.
Joyeux Noël!
Banane!
Banane! Restez en santé.
Pour votre top.